I have no issue with deception. I have issues with lies.
Aren't they the same thing?
No. Because
isn't the one the root of the other?
No, I deceived my wife. I didn't lie to her. I didn't lie to my wife once.
I made her think.
Yeah. The way I set the scenario up, I'm deceiving you, but I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
If you don't ask the right questions, you will continue being deceived. Most people say you have to lie to get through life, and I'll be like, you don't have to, but you do have to deceive if you want to live some sort of semblance of having a job and doing
deception
certain things.
is making people think one thing as opposed to the other.
All right, listen to this.
Okay then.
Lies are direct, verbalized untruths aimed at manipulation, while deception is a broader term encompassing any act, including omission, actions, or half-truths, designed to create false beliefs. Essentially, all lies are deceptive, but not all deceptions are spoken lies.
Yes.
Deception often implies success in misleading, whereas a lie can fail. So,
I don't get that last bit.
yeah. So
Either way, but they agree with you.
But I suppose once you deceive somebody, then I guess yeah.
He's agreeing with you.
yeah, but the problem is now, for you in particular, you say you're the truth,
Yeah.
and it says here half truths.
Leave out the half truth bit. No, in fact, include the half truth.
Yeah.
But the omission is not is just I've omitted the lie.
I know if you beg it, eloquently saying nothing. Yeah.
It stinks so good.
Eloquently saying nothing. Saying nothing.
That's just so
Yeah. I know.
Sound like CeeLo there.
Have you heard of me?
Saying nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN
podcast. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast.
Tell them.
Why they Ashe? Well,
I don't know.
What's the Igbo word for Ashe?
I actually don't know.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, some words are just crossover.
Yeah, there's some people just use that word.
it might not be Yoruba.
For Ashe.
It might just be a West Africanism or a Nigerianism.
I got a feeling this Yoruba, boy.
Hashtag ESN Pod. Start joining the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the social medias. ESNpodcast@gmail.com to send in the thing. Let's get this party started.
Right. Tonight.
The time is 19:25, Sunday the 8th of March.
It's
We are
early.
in One Stop Dreadlocks Studios.
It's early.
And I've
ridiculed everyone on the roster.
I'm the host with the
I
most.
want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
One.
Absolutely nobody.
Get down.
The double champ doesn't
Hashtag
he wants.
ESN Pod
Pay the cost to be the boss.
at ESN
Handle the truth.
Podcast.
Plug.
That's Stavros Boss on most of the social medias. Thank you very much.
Plug it.
You didn't say the numbers, bro.
Okay, I'll do that after I do the intros. In fact, no, because certain intros might be long. We are recording episode number
554.
in your blood.
A big alliance, that big alliance, it was good people.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menin, Mama.
Rastafari.
Gaza forever.
Gaza we say forever. Alliance of the foundation. We say boom. We say bam. We say
Spider sense tingling.
Shout out to my brother,
Our brother.
web slinger, the actor. What's up?
So it actually means somebody that exchanges something for cash.
Yeah.
Actual.
Yeah.
Anything for cash.
This is somebody that's changed something for cash, but so they just.
So you just use that.
Yeah. You are spending you are exchanging your total for cash.
Shout out, Webson.
To my left.
Wait for the wolf who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
I'm with the wolf.
What's going on, people? Can you catch me on Instagram on AK Mr. Wolf on AK _ Mr. Wolf on Twix? What's going on? Yeah, I got something relating to Yoruba. Someone who has a handle called Hardware Bawasoro, which is hardware talk. Have a listen to this. Very interesting. Let's turn that shit up, bro. Please.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever it is you're watching me today, I say good day to you. In Yoruba wisdom, the tongue is not just a body part. It's your first. There is a proverb that says, Enu aimenu, ete aimete, nimu oran ba ereke. A mouth that will not stay shut, lips that will not stay closed, are what bring trouble to the cheeks. Meaning, reckless words bring immediate, visible consequence. You see, when you speak carelessly, you publish your weakness. You betray your truth and invite chaos. In the old Yoruba society, speaking at the wrong time or boasting loudly was more than bad manners. It was inviting your own downfall. There's this other proverbs that says, Enu ni akparo fi n pe ora, ani kikiora. With its own mouth, the partridge invites its own ruin. It cries, nothing but fat, nothing but fat. It's vivid. The very thing that speaks invites the danger. Today, instead of speaking, we are typing, posting, tweeting, and just like the old days, the outcome is kind of the same. It still echoes. Before you hype yourself or you insult someone with a comment, remember, the tongue creates reality. So yes, silence can be a strength.
Hold on.
Caution and heart. Words, your craft. What you speak might build kingdoms or burn them. So today, choose words that contain your best self. Because in our society, in the Yoruba society, the tongue holds power. Treat respect. Real.
Shout out Hush Puppy.
You look like him, innit?
No, it's not even just that. What he's saying is one of the reasons why Hush Puppy was probably
what you type and how you post and
how
what
much
have
you
you
boast.
So yeah, wise words, very wise words, and I hope those who, mummy and daddy especially, 'cause those are our greatest fans, when they hear the proverbs that they enjoy them. So you can catch him at Hardware Barasoro on Instagrams and on the TikToks. What's going on, people? TikToks.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's jump straight into it.
Into what?
The podcast, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
We've done our intros.
For real.
Yeah, we're getting it out of the way. We want a nice streamlined episode this one. So first off, I'm going to talk about my wife.
I feel it though, fish for my wife.
Yesterday we completed a surprise party for my wife. Yeah.
Did you lie to her?
Once. Let me tell you about the lie. And I've told her as well. So I've been planning this for a couple of months. It overlapped with planning my dad's surprise 80th as well. But anyway, I made the invitation, sent it out, requested some people help with this and that. I did a massive chunk myself. And because my wife and I kind of just like don't watch each other's business, I got away with not having to, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? Because there was nothing untowards. All right, cool. Until I made a WhatsApp group about a week before the event, or even less, I'm not sure. But we had got to the point where now I needed people's help because I was trying to do most of the stuff myself. But towards the end, when it came to childcare and setting up the venue, obviously I can't do that myself. So I'm relying on my family now. I've made a WhatsApp group and I invited all my nephews and nieces, my siblings, and my parents. So it's the one WhatsApp group where we're all in it now. 3 generations. So I mentioned how we're going to get my children to the event because the party involved children. And basically I was asking my brother-in-law to do this and my nephew to do that, and I was going to drop my car with one of them to do blah, blah, blah. So it's a whole hoo-ha. And my dad came up with the idea that maybe we should get a minivan. But he came up with this idea at 5:15 in the morning, which is fair enough. You put it in the WhatsApp group. You figure when we wake up, we can see it. But I'm awake because Stav don't sleep in it. So I'm going to use the toilet. And then my dad calls me at 5:30 a.m. All right.
Not even a text.
Now, I say I'm awake because Stav don't sleep, but I had just woken up. Maybe even a message from me up, I don't know. So I've woken up, used the toilet. He's called me whilst I'm using the toilet. I'm like, Daddy, first of all, we don't need a minibus. I've already given the solution to the issue there. But secondly, this is too early. I can't talk now. You can't just be blasting this stuff out.
So you were the problem.
What do you mean?
Because I thought she was right next to you when the call came.
No, but she knew he called.
I would have locked the call off straight.
I did lock I'm in the toilet. She's in another room. I'm whispering, Daddy.
I would have spoke. I would have messaged him back and said, as soon as I seen that he's messaged me to talk me about the video, I know that's what he's calling me about. So I would have messaged him back and said, is this about the minivan?
Okay, so you guys, before I continue my story then, you have an elderly parent. Mm-hmm. You have 2 elderly parents. Mm. Yes, they messaged 15 minutes previous about something that's going on in the WhatsApp group. They call you at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Are you picking up the phone believing that it's about this thing, potentially?
I will still pick up the phone. I'm still going to answer. I know why Wahala's saying what he's saying, but I'm still going to answer.
Mr. Wolf?
I will answer and tell them that I'll call them back later. Okay. Straight away. As in, that's the first thing that I'll say that I can't talk. I'll speak to you.
Okay. Irrespective, even if you said that now, when I walk back into the bedroom, my missus is awake. She knows it's Daddy. Yeah. Mm. What's wrong? Why did he call? I said, nothing, don't worry, go to bed. That's it. That's the lie.
That's not a lie, bro.
My dad said, you're Nigerians. That is a lie because he called for a reason. It's not nothing.
No, she said, what's wrong? As in, is there a problem? That is not a problem. He's just suggesting something.
Why did he call?
Is that what she asked?
Yes.
Okay. Why did he call? So you didn't.
It might not have been those words verbatim. What did he call for? Why did he call?
So you said nothing.
You should have said, don't worry about it.
As opposed, but the nothing is, to me, it's no big deal. He obviously called for something. When you say nothing, it's no big deal.
This way, this one I know you're not a pro. You just make an argument out of nothing. Yeah, there. That's what you do. Just to stop the thing, you just make an argument. Why are you asking me questions for?
My friend, go to bed.
Somebody calls me. Why are you asking? When people call you, they ask you questions.
The reason
I'm going to bed.
The reason I rewound and said, you know what? No, it wasn't that I was just awake. It was that I had just woken up. Is because I was disorientated.
I'm always ready for argument, boy.
If I had been awake half an hour and this happened, then I think I would have been able to bring it. Taking into account, I didn't know she was awake when I walked back to the bedroom. Mm. I'm in the bathroom. I had to go, Daddy, man, I'll call you. Blah, blah, blah. I'll call you back. So she hears me saying, Daddy. I walk back in. What's wrong? Why did Daddy call?
That's what you say, man. Go back to bed, man. Leave me, man.
So anyway, that is a lie.
I ask you when somebody calls you. Do I ask you?
I've told her today that I did that. I apologize, and that's the end of that. But it made me. But I was quite kind of upset because I sat there and I thought I cannot remember lying to my wife.
Yeah,
like ever. So I'm sitting like, when's the last time? And then I realized, bear in mind my memory is atrocious.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever lied to my wife. So I'm like, I've never lied to this woman. That's the first time I've lied to her. This is I was very upset about it. Like, of course, up to my point, my dad was like, my dad. It's like I don't think I was rude about it, but I think my parents know me and lies is a thing, and there are a couple of things where. I think the majority of my life, my parents don't respect what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, whatever. They don't respect it. It's like, this is what I'm thinking, and what you're thinking is not important to me. But there was a couple of things in my life, for whatever reason, my parents just seem to respect. My love of ER, the TV program, I don't know what it is, but my parents respected it. I knew I needed silence when I was watching ER. I don't want anyone to bother me. And for some reason, they didn't bother me when I was watching ER. And this second thing, with this lies thing, is like, for whatever reason, our son takes this seriously. And maybe it's because they see it as an admirable thing. So I'll facilitate it, or I'll deal with it, or I'll understand it.
They don't like lies either, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because I learned from my mama ringing in my ear. Don't ever lie. Don't lie. That rings in my ear. That's what my kids are going to remember from daddy when I'm gone. My daddy was, don't lie. So, yeah, I learned it from my parents. So that one they respected. So I think when I was in the WhatsApp group, like, you can see I'm upset. You're gonna know your son. I'm upset that I had to lie to my missus. My dad, I could see he was, it bothered him, and he's like, almost sorry. Up to the point my mum was like ranting to her husband's defense, like it wasn't his fault. He didn't mean it. And so I said, all right, it's cool. It is what it is. But
I didn't care about that.
But then I changed the situation into you can't be calling people at that time of morning because they only pick up because unlike my brother, the reason I picked up the phone is potentially the reason that you picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Simple, Simon, is because anything can happen.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm not the type of person that worries. As you guys know, even though I think if you're a regular listener, I'm not the worrying type that something's wrong. So that's Wahala's call, which means it's kind of strange in the terms of why we'd pick up the phone or not, because I guess he's assumed something that I haven't assumed. But I'm not the definition of I'm worrying. But when you call me at 5:30 a.m, then it's like, why? Because there's no reason for you to call me at this time in the morning unless something's wrong. Yeah. And so when you're calling to say, I think you should get a minicab.
Wrong. And this is why I've experienced it. That's why, because he messages me at 5 something in the morning all the time.
He doesn't do that with me.
He'll message me something like a attachment.
He does.
Or whatever. And I'm like, what's this? Then I'll wake up and I'll be like, what is this? I just waited to send it. So I know that he could send me something at something in the morning. But the fact that he sent me something, I've read it, and I know that that's the thing that I'm making an assumption, but I believe my assumption to be true. You're calling me because of this thing. So I would message back and say, I'll speak to you about it later. That's what I would have said. Yeah. But then then if he says back he's not about that, then I'll call him back. But if he's I know it's about that. Because my dad can't have something in his head and it just be there. He has to express it.
I've got this.
It's like you.
Breast milk.
It's like you.
Yeah, not at 5:30 in the morning.
Fair enough.
He does message me, but he doesn't call me at that time. But he messages me.
He calls me at that time sometimes as well. But I've slept through it.
I just have this thing of, it's a big pet peeve of mine of somebody looking at the phone. You're ringing it and they don't pick up. It bothers me immensely. I hate it when people do it to me, and I don't like doing it to other people. For me to do that, I have to be. It's like
I'm gonna respond.
You're going to threaten some aspect of my life by me picking up this phone. So I'm not doing it.
I'm not going to watch it ring. I'll cut it off and then I'll message you back straight away.
Because one day, I don't want it to happen, but one day it's going to be a close to a life or death situation.
But then if I could message them back and they don't message back, or they don't see it immediately, I'll call them back. But
I could have. But maybe that's the issue now. Because how long will it take? Somebody messages you. Somebody calls you at 6 whatever time. Yeah. You don't pick up the phone, and then you message back saying, "What's up?" Yeah. And they don't message back. Then you're calling them straight away.
Then I'll call them straight away.
So why don't you just pick up the phone?
Because I assume that the reason why they message me is this thing that you've messaged me about. If he hadn't messaged me about anything, I would answer the phone. Okay. But he has messaged me about this thing, so I know now it's about this thing that he's calling me for.
I know that it's not the case. It's like
what's the case?
It's I'm talking about it. I don't know the case. Basically, I'm saying I don't assume.
I don't know either. But I make a judgment. What do they call it? Something assumption. Informed assumption.
Yeah, educated guess. Informed assumption. Can I ask you a question? Because you are agnostic, how are you going to repent, and who are you going to pray for so that you don't go to hell because of your lies?
Get some chicken next. No, it's what it is. I have told her. I'm assuming she doesn't care that it's not like for nefarious reasons.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, when you said you were going to do a surprise party, I was like, wow, this man is going to...
You said I wouldn't?
No, when you said you were going to do a surprise party, I thought, oh my God, this guy is prepared to... Because as far as I'm concerned, I might be wrong, but it's almost impossible to throw a surprise party without lying.
No. Apart from that one instance,
you can do it.
It's not hard at all.
I said almost impossible.
It depends on what type of person you are. If you're, as I said, if you're like somebody like me that will just leave me alone, and then we just argue. I'd argue my way through it, basically. Then you can get away with lying to the person. Just tell them leave you alone.
Yeah, but I don't know Stav to be like that. That's why
I'll give you the scenario then. So because I'm not making a massive deal of the party. The party went well. She was surprised, but I'll give you the scenario that started it up. So the idea is that it's her birthday weekend, just gone. I'm gonna take her out for many years ago. For her birthday, I took her out. We bought a dress on the day. She changed into that dress, and we went to a restaurant, and we had a good time. And I said I wanted to replicate that, basically. So we went out. We bought clothes. She's like, "I'm going home. I'm showering. I'm not going straight to the thing." I said, "All right, cool." So we go home. We change, and I'm telling her it's a surprise. I don't know. I'm taking you to eat, or I'm taking you to a restaurant. So my nephew works for a fancy building where they have restaurants and a fancy viewing thing. So I've hollered at him, let me into the viewing thing, and then when I get to the restaurant, they're gonna turf us. So when they turf us, I'm gonna call you. You say, "Oh, sorry, uncle. There's somebody else. There's another restaurant. Come there, and that is a restaurant where the place is being held." The reason that I can't just go directly there is because, no offense to the establishment, the way I'm dressing and I'm expecting her to dress, we wouldn't go to that type of restaurant wearing the type of clothes we were wearing. So it doesn't make no sense. So I had to think of a scenario. How are we going to get to that restaurant without just saying I'm taking her straight there?
So you had to do deception, basically.
Yeah. And so the discussion I had with somebody is that I think it was with it might have been with your missus in the car.
Oh.
That I have no issue with deception. I have issues with lies.
Aren't they the same thing?
No. Because
isn't the one the root of the other?
No, I deceived my wife. I didn't lie to her. Apart from that, take that thing aside about my dad. I didn't lie to my wife once. In this whole
made
scenario.
her think.
Yeah. I have no issue because...
But at the time that she asked the question, then you would have been honest. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm taking you to a restaurant. The way I set the scenario up, I'm deceiving you, but I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
If you don't ask the right questions, you will continue being deceived.
Yeah.
So my big
That's
thing
what
is,
I'm saying.
This is the issue where, Stav, why do you ask so many questions? Why do you ask this? Why are you asking questions 3 different types of ways? Because as somebody that doesn't lie, but has to navigate real life, most people say you have to lie to get through life, and I'll be like, you don't have to, but you do have to deceive if you want to live some sort of semblance of having a job and doing
deception
certain things.
is making people think one thing as opposed to the other.
All right, listen to this.
Okay then.
Lies are direct, verbalized untruths aimed at manipulation, while deception is a broader term encompassing any act, including omission, actions, or half-truths, designed to create false beliefs. Essentially, all lies are deceptive, but not all deceptions are spoken lies.
Yes.
Deception often implies success in misleading, whereas a lie can fail. So...
I don't get that last bit.
Yeah, so
either way, but they agree with you.
But I suppose once you deceive somebody, then I guess yeah.
He's agreeing with you.
Yeah, but the problem is now, for you in particular, you say you're the truth.
Yeah.
And it says here, half-truths.
Leave out the half-truth bit. No, in fact, include the half-truth.
Yeah.
But the omission is just I've omitted the lie.
Yeah, but I think you had a discussion before. Maybe we've had this way about the omission and stuff, where I think sometimes people can see omissions as lies, and you don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Not telling you something is not a lie. So
I think that's what you think.
If you look at the definition of lie, it's opening your mouth and saying something that's not true.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about?
That's it. I just wanted to say I did it, and it went down well. And congratulations to my missus. And just to big up my missus. So remember, we're going to we've dressed her up. We've been running around London. We go to this fancy restaurant, and unlike my wife, she's just let me control. So this is the bit where it's not like her. My wife is a wily cat. She wants to be fighting everything, wants to know everything, wants to do this, wants to do. Especially when it comes to food, she don't like just leaving things into my hands. But for some reason, she said she's gonna leave it, and she didn't bother me. She didn't ask me no questions. It's cool. This is what led me to think maybe she knows something's going on, because I told a lot of people, and maybe somebody let something slip. All right, cool. We get to this fancy restaurant, and they say, "Oh, you booked it for the wrong day." My nephew, God bless him, had sent a confirmation for the day after. That's the right time, but the wrong day. I was like, wow, so I can even show her this. I say, oh, look.
So you let your nephew lie.
And then we're on the phone. We put her last week. Yeah, uncle, somewhere else to go. I'll send you the address. So obviously he's not sending me an address. And then, in fact, he did. So there you go. We're going to the next thing. We're walking out. I'm waiting for her to be like, she's wearing heels. My wife doesn't wear heels. It's open toe. Her feet were cold. She was saying it on the way back, on the way in. So we have to walk back to the car, and she's going to be not one complaint. And I'm looking at this woman as we're driving to the next place. She didn't even ask where it is. She didn't ask what type of food it is. She's just like, it's cool. I'm there pretending. What's wrong?
It's not your fault, is it?
But I would complain. I would complain. I would.
Most people
ascertain.
Period.
You tell me. Do you think most women would complain in that situation?
I think some people would
You've made me dress up.
Over.
Take me to this restaurant, and you didn't
even if it's not your fault. They would just be annoyed on your behalf.
I don't know when it. I don't know whether there's women that will complain, but there's people that have been with their partner for long enough to. Because I was discussing this with. In fact, I said it to you as well. And I was saying it to the plan that you said you was going to have originally. Yeah. And
that is the plan.
No, but you said that you were saying at the beginning that you was just gonna almost like you'd rock up without no reservation, and you was just gonna basically just do a thing where you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna sit, or we're gonna get what's it called? Or you
Well,
but I was like, I said the only person that could ever work with you is Stav. I did like what I said, because he's the only one that's got an ego enough to believe that he could go to any restaurant and feel like he could just walk in and get a seat and get a table. His wife will believe that he would be able to, he would feel like he could do that, and so. I think that the fact that you even took the time to go out and make a reservation, you just ended up doing it on the wrong day.
Which is also a Stavism.
Yeah, so I think that's more like, maybe that's the thing. So I think if somebody knows their partner enough and they know that the intention behind it was not a bad thing, then they might not moan. But there are people that will just moan for the sake of moaning, yes. But I feel it all depends on the person and like how long they've been together for and stuff like that.
I just realised, I didn't see her eat.
This is the thing. Because we ate early in the day.
Right.
And this was I put it in the WhatsApp group. My biggest dilemma was, how am I going to make this woman eat before we go to a restaurant?
Yeah.
And she refused to eat. And even in the car on the way to the venue, I'm eating the food that I bought because we're not going to eat. And she's like, why are you eating? We're going to a restaurant. I said, I told you to eat. She's like, I'm not eating. We're going to a restaurant. And I said, one day you're going to listen to your husband. Just do it. Everything else, you've actually done what I said. And then later on, I said, that's why. And she's like, well, end of the day, it don't make no sense for me to eat before I go to a restaurant. And my wife doesn't eat a lot, so I get it.
She didn't eat at the place we went
to? No, she didn't eat.
Oh, okay. Well, food came out. Food came out though, so she didn't want to.
She's she would have. At some point, she had lost the excitement is going to take over. What's it? The adrenaline and all that stuff.
You lose appetite.
So, and then on the way home, I was saying, we're going to get McDonald's today because my wife likes a McDonald's drive-through. And even then, by the time we got in the car, she's like, I'm just like, let's just go home.
I was going to go to VQ.
I went to McD.
Sorry, you were going to go?
I was going VQ, innit? That's where I was going to go at the end.
Oh, okay.
But you know, they closed the one in Aldgate.
Yeah.
So the idea of going into central London was a bit long. I mean, Topsy was going to come along with us, but I was just like,
it's not that far though.
She just went duck and waffle.
Huh?
She just went duck and waffle.
I was thinking about that as well.
Duck and waffle has some memories.
If you tell me that I might come with the missus. Although my missus was her head was hurting her, boy.
My missus, she's
her head was hurting.
2 o'clock dining is not my missus.
Yeah,
that boring.
That's what I was
Ghanaian
thinking.
thing. It wasn't a joke. She is a boring Ghanaian.
I was looking at you thinking, shall we all go? And then I saw that you guys were just walking away, and I thought, nah, just leave them, because it would have been a duck and waffle thing. But then I thought, do you know what? Forget it. And then on the way back, there's a place called After Hours. I don't know if you've heard of what After Hours.
Yeah.
It closes at 4 o'clock. There's one in Bromley that I thought closed at 4. It closed at 3. So so I got there at 3:10 and it was closed.
Oh,
flex, bruv.
And this man and his food and his
because I hadn't eaten. For whatever reason, I thought that it was going to be a sit down restaurant thing. I never read the thing, bruv. I just saw the day. I just saw the day and just to impress or whatever. And I thought Cotton's food, because I even went on their Instagram and I saw the food looks good. I'm going to order this, this, and this.
People did order though for takeaway.
Yeah, I saw that. And
you
I
could have
thinking,
even ordered to eat.
I could have, and I was like, shall we go upstairs and eat? And I thought, you know what? Nah, let's just eat afterwards. And
you could have sat down and
eating afterwards just never happened. And then the missus felt, oh man,
sorry.
Shall I make you something?
Oh.
That's what she said.
She was gonna make me something. You know what I mean?
Let me just make it solidify from now. Yeah, and I tell all my people.
She was gonna make me something, but she ended up making me beans on toast.
That's still the food.
At what, 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
Did she season the bean?
Huh?
Did she season?
She did.
This is the question now.
She did.
Go on. And she has respect. Yeah. Don't ever in life. And I say every season, and I say every
do a surprise party for this, man.
Any party. I cannot stand parties.
Not even a party.
Oh, I cannot stand parties.
For you or in general?
For him.
Okay. Right.
I just cannot stand it. Yesterday, I was solidified how much I just do not enjoy parties, man. I do not enjoy it.
I love them, man.
No, exactly.
Do you know what? Do you know how much I was saying to you? Like, I enjoy people getting together, enjoying life, and the generations, the elders, the adults, the children. When they're in an environment together, that's why I enjoy weddings and things like that. When people are all in that environment, you can see kids running around and kids playing and doing all, making noise and falling over, crying, and then there's food, and then there's adults, there's drinks, and people just talking and laugh.
So here's the thing.
I love that shit, and that's why I put on events.
As I was planning the event, I was fleshing it out in the early stages. It was like, should I? Because in my head, it's a rave. Because my missus doesn't rave. This is going to be a rave, right? So that was the thinking of it. And when I'm talking to people, that's the idea. So I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to invite the elders. And I know she'd want her kids there, so I'm going to invite the kids as well. And I had many people saying, don't. So when I'm telling my missus about how I planned it and all that stuff, I said, I knew you'd want your children there. Was I right? She's like, yes, I very much want my children there. And I was like, the fact that in the place I booked, midnight, the kids had to go. So and then we had the place till 2. So even though a lot of people left by midnight anyways, the idea I think worked well that once between 12 and 2 we could party hard without the kids. And then I said, well, what about the elders and stuff? She's like, no, it was really nice, especially like her aunt as well. It's like really nice because it's her aunt's birthday today. The one that was there. So
I know they got someone to see.
I saw a couple of your uncles as well. Like, you know, I like seeing the OGs in their glasses and drinking.
And I said, they were dancing modern.
That's what I'm saying. Like the OGs, sometimes the OGs are enjoying themselves more.
I need a video from you because there was a bit in the place where Stav was giving his wife gifts, and it looked to me like one of those uncles that was trying to pursue a young babe in the club. I saw him with the box doing this movement, and I was seeing that because my leg was smashed up. So I was looking at it, what's this man doing? And then I see him trying to give her a gift, and then he reminded me of the man in Nigeria that I said she was showing the woman the car key. That's what Stav was doing, was like showing her the jewels or whatever he had bought her. I said, this man is a full-blown uncle.
What made me
and he was in a suit as well, but it was.
What made me laugh was when it was many people. I saw everybody.
Every generation, boy.
Every generation. So she's like,
I requested that song. They play it.
Big tune.
Very much so. So
I'm glad that you had a good time. I mean, that she had a good time. I was so adamant that she would know. I even said that my exact words were, any good wife would know. But I said, by the time you get here, any good wife.
She said, I'm going to need to start paying more attention to you because the fact you planned all that stuff and I didn't know anything. Work colleagues from previous workplace, present workplace, friends from far and wide. I invited international people, but I only started planning the thing like 2 months in advance, so that wasn't enough time. Because it's not France or whatever. This is Canada, Ghana, America. That's where her people was at. So yeah. But I'm happy with the thing, and I just found out I got my £500 deposit back just before we started recording, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm even more happy.
I've done it twice where I've surprised this woman. I can't remember how I did the first time, but I was surprised at the first time, and then obviously the other one was for the engagement, and that was just so easy because it was my birthday. But the fact that I wanted to do something on my birthday should have been the indication that there was something wrong in the first place. So she didn't take it. So.
Can I ask you guys a question?
You can ask us another one.
So it's a question based on this, but let's take it to the side of this so we're not. Do you think it's a big deal to throw a surprise party for your missus? Like, really think about saying a big deal?
No.
All right, well, Alice is now.
Big deal in what sense?
Like it's like something that you should be lauded for.
Oh, no.
All right, simple Simon saying no.
No, I don't think so. I think you should be maybe lauded for the outcome, which I think you've done really well. I think it was a very good. I think it was a very good event. For the actual act, no.
So if it was done poorly,
then you won't be lauded. But it was done well. To sell it, what you're doing essentially is celebrating your missus on her birthday. To me, it's just a normal act. Anyone should or would do that.
No, I was gonna say that you wasn't around, but we had this discussion in the place while we was waiting for you lot to come for the house. I don't know how long, 20 minutes that we was waiting.
That's your fault. Because I on the way there, I took a screenshot of the sat nav saying we're gonna get there at 9:45 or whatever it was.
Okay.
Yeah. But he knows that you can't. So this does.
No, but I didn't know.
Get to the area.
Exactly. No, but somebody then made it sound like you had got a cab. Because I was like, I asked what car he's driving. They said he ain't got a car. So then I'm like,
who said that?
I think maybe our sister or somebody told me that you didn't have a car.
Yeah, everyone thought he was in a cab.
So I thought he was in a cab. I was like, so then he doesn't actually have to park anywhere. Yeah. So that's because I think I wouldn't have done like that.
I can defend that. I defend
it. So that's why. So I didn't want to make your party go wrong.
Do you ever do screenshots on? Okay, I don't know what it's like on Android, but when you're doing CarPlay and you take a screenshot, it takes a screenshot of your phone and a screenshot of what's on the screen on the car.
No,
yeah.
So
when you see the two things, you always know this man is driving a car.
I didn't know that whether or not you was driving the car or you had taken a picture of the Uber's sat nav thing.
It's so perfect.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Because the person told me because remember what I said. The first thing I said is the reason why we had this discussion in the first place because I was going to message you and say, what time do you think you're going to actually get in, or message us when you're arriving?
That is one of my...
And then I didn't want to do that because of the fact that I thought you had CarPlay, and I know that the messages can flash up on CarPlay.
Yes,
so I stopped myself from doing that.
Yes,
I'd put on. This is for all cheaters in the world. I put on Do Not Disturb, and so it blocks all that stuff.
I always got Do Not Disturb on, man.
I never have Do Not Disturb on, but Do Not Disturb was on, and so it blocked. I did it because I didn't want for exactly the reason you're talking about. And so none of the messages popped up. I was like,
So he stopped himself from doing that, and then there was a whole discussion. It was your sister who said that they had the cars. So we were under the impression that you were in a taxi, which then meant you didn't have to.
Because I said he had the Polo.
This is multiple car occupancy. This is the blessings.
Yeah, but I actually said the car that I believe you to have, and they told me no.
Yeah,
so
I don't know why they said that.
I don't know either. But anyway, that's why I didn't send the thing. But in that when we was waiting, and this is why sometimes you know that somebody's meant for someone because the question was asked. I asked the partner of Mr. Wolf. I said, "Do you think Mr. Wolf would like a surprise party?" And she went, "Yeah." And then you know what Mr. Wolf did? He went, as you know, as Mr. Wolf always does, he nodded his head. He went, "Yeah, I would."
Yeah, but
you know what? I'm laughing because I think the answer is no. I don't know my bedroom.
No, of course he would, man.
But I said no.
I forgot.
I said no.
No, you said yes.
No, I said no.
You said yes initially, and then you said no.
And then I
afterwards.
said no.
But the original thing you said was yes.
So,
and you said it with a smile. Yeah, I want it.
Why did you change your mind?
Because I was thinking. Because I know that everybody won't be there. Like I would prefer to have a party. I have no problem with having a party.
If all the right people are there.
If everybody's there.
Yeah.
So when my wife threw my surprise party when I was 35, and there were about 10 people there, or 15.
What do you mean?
How many people were at my surprise party?
There was bare people there. What are you talking about?
It's highly
It's
populated.
not bare people.
There was bare people there.
Downstairs at the what restaurant was it? What's that Thai restaurant? What's it called again?
I don't know.
Stokey.
Yum, yum.
Because it's not even that big.
There was bare people there.
They were not bare people.
There was not 15 people there. Your whole family is more than 15 people, isn't it?
It were not bare. Okay, let me
having a go at her? Like you couldn't even get 50 people up. Come on, bro. You're gonna have to apologize to him.
Okay. Put it this way. You know me, and you know the people my wife knows. Yeah. How many people were at my wife's surprise thing?
A good number. I don't know about.
Are you comparing
100?
parties?
Go on.
He's comparing parties.
100 and change.
I don't think it even touched 100, but close to 100.
100.
Let's say close to
That's what I was
100.
thinking.
How many people were mine then? Because you were all there. How many people were mine?
I don't remember.
Maybe
your party.
about the same.
But I don't know. There was bare people.
What are you talking about? It's not even half that.
Do you know? I can't even remember.
It was no. It's nowhere near 50. Okay, are we the people that remember?
There's more than 50 people there.
There were not 50 people.
There has to be more than 50 people there.
No, there wasn't.
Wait, have you got pictures of it?
Yeah,
we can assess.
There was not.
There was definitely more than 50
So,
people there.
who knows more people than me and my missus?
In fact, if there wasn't more than 50 people, I'm even happy. I'm even happy that there was. I wouldn't have to be less even.
It was nowhere near 50, and I'm thinking. And then she's inviting people that are warring with other people. You are not qualified to throw a surprise party for me, especially at that time. Today, she could do it. Then it was too early in the relationship.
I'm trying to remember if she asked me any questions.
You didn't know the intricacies. And I said, and she didn't, because you would have told her, don't do this and don't do that.
And she invited some enemies.
Enemies of enemies.
Okay,
damn. But it worked out for the best though. I'll give it that. It didn't. There was no beef in the end, so it was all love. But there could have been.
So just to make this official, yeah. So, okay, yours has already been done, so I don't need to do you again. So you are now the last person there. If your missus comes to me and says, or any of us man that says, should I do it for Mr. Wolf? You should just tell her no.
Tell her no and just tell her to come to me and let's do it together.
All right. Okay.
So we're back. It's me and you. That's the last survivors of this situation. Yeah.
So the reason I ask about should we be lauded, because the praise I got yesterday was phenomenal. Too many people.
For me.
And I had too many women looking at me like, I could see it in their eyes. I wish my man would do something like this for me. And all I keep thinking of, this is not a big deal. And I kept telling people, this is not a big deal.
Let me tell you the thing, yeah. What you actually did was not a big deal.
Can I finish?
So go on.
Because even this morning I was telling my missus, this is not a big deal. Because I told her the same thing. And then I said, I don't think I should get lauded for that. I threw a party for my missus. It just so happened to be a surprise one, and I know her people well enough. We're proper integrated in each other's lives. I know enough people, whatever. I said, if you're going to laud me for being a good father, Laud me for being a good husband in general. That is what actually. No. That's what I actually take pride in. I don't think there are many men that are as good as a husband and as father as me. That's what I actually think I deserve to be lauded for. Throwing a party is just throwing a party, and I've done events throughout my past. It's not.
I don't like it when you do stuff like this.
Why?
Like you don't know why.
Yeah.
No, I know why, but I disagree with it. That's my point. I don't agree with that.
Okay,
That's the big deal.
But no, it's a big deal for a lot of people because as much as the thing itself is not a big deal, I don't think you having a party is a big deal. I don't think you throwing a party is a big deal. It's the thought pattern behind it that is the big deal.
Which is what?
That you took the thought to actually do it. There's a lot of men that do not have this thought that I'm going to throw a party for my wife, let alone surprise party for my wife. Some people do not do that type of stuff. They don't care. Let me not say they don't care about their wives because that's a fallacy as well. Not everything has to be these showy things to show that you care about your wife. But not everyone has that thought pattern of let me do something for her. Basically, in that type of way at all. They love by paying bills. They love by doing this. They love by doing that. They don't necessarily love by taking.
I think that's me though as well.
What?
That's how I show my love.
What?
I pay the bills. I look after my
you know,
I don't think that's you added. Sorry, just to think. Yeah, you may, but you also are doing this thing, innit? So that's their way of showing love. You have now added your own extra. This is what I'm saying. You've done extra by doing this party for her. Whereas most men just do what they need to do to get by in the day and not have to hear any noise.
Men, we're not looking to get lauded to do these things. But what you have done is that you've almost done a secondary wedding per se. This is a public showing of your love to your missus, and not every man is prepared to do that.
I don't look at it like that.
I know you don't, but women do.
Yeah.
So when women are looking at what a man is doing for their spouse, you know, what have you done for me lately? Oh, you've paid the bills, you've done. These are things that you're supposed to do and what I expect from my man. But then to now elevate it to a public showing of your love for your wife. Every woman, including a happily married woman, is going to look at that and think, oh,
that's nice.
That's nice.
Like,
I want that.
Yeah, why was my husband hasn't done that? Or maybe he does things that he thinks is that way, but it's not.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a party. Like, it could be something else. Do you get what I mean?
Women like the smallest of things that men think is insignificant for them is significant. And you should. This is what I'm saying. I don't like it when you're speaking like this because you've been on dates with women and done the most menial little thing and seen how it's been blown out of proportion because men don't do it. Oh my God, you bought me popcorn.
Like I said, I feel at the stage in my life now. There are so many things that I do that I think, praise me.
No one cares about what you think.
Well, maybe that's the issue then. Because
we live in a situation where what you think matters not.
I just think that because take me out of the equation because obviously I'm a man with a massive ego. I like the compliments, so I'm not complaining about the compliments. The issue is that the mentality behind the thinking in general for society. I'm not talking about individually these people. It's the wrong way. Because you're standing next to somebody who's a legend. Forget this party. This party's got nothing to do with the legend.
So it's about you still?
No, in terms of this is a big deal for you. As in a woman looking at it like, this is so nice. This is a small thing because then what you're missing the actually important things. This is a minor. Some man that has got money. Because what else? All right.
But sorry, just before you think it, why do you assume that they're missing the things that's important? Why do you think they don't acknowledge those things as well? They do, but they want extra.
The lauding I got for this is less, I think, or maybe it was because everybody was all in the same place and they were all saying it at the same time. Maybe that's just.
So they should be coming up to you and be like, "Oh, Stav, you're a wonderful father and husband."
I do hear that, but I guess what I'm saying is this was very concentrated and everybody was in the same place.
It's about a particular thing, innit?
Last week, Mr. Wolf dropped me home. And his wife and I and him had a long conversation, and we were discussing
every time.
I forgot the thing now. Oh God, this is why it's interrupting me. I was talking about that. And I forgot what I was going to say, but I forgot what it is.
Is it anything to do with your missus and how your missus feel about certain things?
I can't. No. I can't remember. Let's just carry on. If it comes to me, I'll talk.
We're talking for a long time.
It's about being lauded. Anyway, cool.
Yeah, I've lost it now. Sorry. So, but thank you guys for everything, and let us. So this one is still sending messages in the WhatsApp group. Let's do the topic. Has anybody got anything they want to discuss before I go into the group?
The world is looking mad about now, don't it?
In fact, so you want to talk about war?
It's looking mad.
Okay.
It's not something you can. It's not something you can not talk about.
In fact, let me finish because there's something I wanted to discuss, and I guess it's connected to this thing. So before we move on to that,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Definitely will. We've got plenty of time.
Go on.
At this event, there were 2 DJs.
Yes.
One I've known for, how long have I known the first DJ? How long? We've known him for a long time.
About 15, 20 years.
15, 20 years, all right? And we're cool. Us as a collective have worked together with that person.
Yeah.
Now they were happy to do their services.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah.
All right. And I said in our circuit, in our society, and how we came up when you're doing events and when you're doing promotions and them kind of things. If you're with a fellow promoter or a fellow event, the thing was, you sort me out, and when I'm doing your thing, so we sort each other out. That was always the thing. Up to the point where if I go to a venue and I know the promoter and he's expecting me to pay, it's an insult. It was an insult. Like, what? You want me to pay? Like that's how I grew up. Maybe mine's different, but for me, if you told me, I'm expecting money for doing something from me, I saw it as an insult. I didn't like it. Up to the point where sometimes I'm not even going. The man's asking for money. Are you mad? And
I didn't see it as an insult. Sometimes I see it as a cry for help, though, because maybe they're just broke. If they don't ask me all the time, then and they suddenly ask me, then I have to think why they need the money.
So I'm talking 20 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Now, when I was speaking to this person, I spoke to about I don't know the rates for this job. So I was asking them, what's the rates for this kind of thing? Because somebody else is offering this. They're like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's nothing anyways, right? And I'm like, no, I'm going to pay you. And they're like, no. And then basically we went back on and forwards. They want it in cash. Later on, I realized he's saying cash because he doesn't want to give me the bank details.
Yeah.
Because he knows me well enough. I'm going to pay you whatever I want to pay. So he's telling me cash, but I'm running around. I can't do cash.
It might not just be because of that though.
No, you can go to a bank and take out your money.
Tax. Oh.
Speed is a miracle.
But anyways, what it came down to is they're on Monzo, innit? So on Monzo, if you know the person's phone number, you can just send money to them. You don't need their details. So I just sent them the money anyways, and I told them this morning, listen, I've sent you the money.
This is the first DJ you're talking about.
Yeah, I've sent you your money.
Yeah.
The money that seems to be the market rate.
Yeah,
way more than what you. Because eventually he said the only reason I'm going to take money from you is if there's another job and I turn it down.
Yeah.
So then I'll take some money because now actually taking money out of my pocket.
Yeah.
And then before saying it, like, there's a job that I've just turned down, so whatever, or I'm going to turn down. Are you still there? I said, bruv, turn the job down, come to me, I'll pay you whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
But the money I paid them was still more than that, right?
Right.
Then I realized when I sent a message this morning, I said, listen, it comes to a point. I'm a middle-aged man, and I'm a man that is comfortable within reason, financially. I know I'm broke and stuff, but I'm comfortable. And sometimes
I know I'm broke and stuff.
Sometimes it's like, you know what? Let me just throw this in your direction to show appreciation. You've always sorted me out, and never been an issue before. Once in a while, it's just like, let me just take the money, bruv.
Yeah.
And just be like, I appreciate you as a bedroom, as a scholar, and as somebody that's bona fide. The person's birthday is close to my missus, and I realize all the people that have birthdays close to my missus, I seem to be really cool with them. Maybe there's something about that. I think she's a Libra.
Okay. I don't
know. Maybe there's something about me and Libra.
Not Libra.
You see, I don't even know what star sign my wife is, man.
Because my ex is around about the same.
Well, either way, So, do you guys feel that if the person's saying don't pay me money, I'm making a fuss about it, I've done the wrong thing by slipping the money to them? Or do you co-sign how I'm thinking now? Or do you still think the way I used to think before? Or whatever. Just your views on it before we move on to war.
Go on.
Mr. Wolf is very cool with these kind of things. So either or, I'm okay with it. But you, if it was on the other foot,
this is exactly what I was going to say.
Because we know our brethren.
Yeah.
It would be a problem. Because people are not doing as they're asked to do. Abby?
What happened yesterday? And my wife was the one that stopped me from doing it. She said, she's the exact words were,
don't do it.
That is different.
Ask him first.
She said, you know who you are, you know who you are, and you know that you and your brother are about this thing are quite similar. Go and ask him. And I said, you know what? You're right.
Yeah. So basically, it just boils down to the idea that on a personal level, I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. Like
with what?
With the idea that that you're comfortable and that you want to bless your boy.
All right.
Because that's what it is. He is a friend, someone who you consider an associate, a very close associate, or someone that you, whatever you want to call him, that he's close enough for him to be around your family, for you to go on holiday with him, and all of these kind of things, right? Yeah. To invite to your wedding and all of these things. Yeah?
Yes.
Right. So he's that close. So you want to bless your boy because you have it to give to that individual. So to me, there's no problem in that. Like, if you have it, do it because you are a nice person. You're a nice guy. You know what I mean? So him, his character is shining through as well by saying, like, it's okay, don't bother, only give unless. And you kind of adhered to that. But if it was you on the other foot, then I think that you would have a problem with that individual. I told you not to.
Well,
I said don't.
No, but he did the thing that he asked him to do in the end, didn't he? Because you said that he turned down a job, so he asked you to pay him money. He just paid more than the money he asked.
No, but if
that's how you want to look at it.
If I'm asking Stavros to do something for me, I don't know, I'm starting an event and he's pretty good with, I don't know, technical. Let's say he's going to design a logo for me. What's the going rate for this logo? I don't know, it's £250. Okay, I want to pay you for that, bro. You're going to tell me?
No, don't be silly.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying?
But he didn't say that. He said no, and then he said, if I then turn down a job, then yeah, you can pay me. And he turned down the job. So then he then asked, he alerted him. If he didn't want to spark that thing in his brain, he wouldn't have told him. So he did tell him. So in other words, he's saying, all right, now I've turned down the job in it. So if you want to give me the money that we discussed, then that's fine, innit? So then Stav only just paid more. So I don't see any problem with that. I don't have any issue with that. The one thing
what with him paying more?
I don't see any problem with paying more because now you've agreed to pay. So then now I can pay you what I want.
Would you have an issue with someone paying you more?
If I was asking somebody for payment and they decided that they were going to pay me more and I didn't want it, I'll just send the money back. Because the same way you got Monzo, the same way I've got Monzo. Got to pay you the money back, send you the money back.
And then I'll send it back.
But then we just keep going back and forth like that for ages, then, isn't it? But with regards to this whole situation, I've turned a different way now than Stav maybe I was talking about in the past. So I'm more of the case of I'd rather give money to the person that's my people than keep giving money to people outside. In fact, I had this discussion just with my friend the other day. So we went to dinner, and at the dinner, she's a girl, so we went to dinner. After the dinner, I paid the bill. And she was trying to pay, and I said, "Listen." And I said it to her before, and I said to her again, "I have paid my bills for girls I don't even want to even be there with. And you're my friend that I've known for how many years? Out of everyone I pay for, you're the same like paying for my sister or paying for my family. I'd rather pay money for you than all of these other people that I don't know. And I feel the same way with these types of services. So in that particular case, like you're saying now, if I said to the person, I want to pay you, because I'd rather pay you than pay some stranger, right? And they said to me, I don't want payment, then I'm going to take them as an adult and say, well, that's fine. If you don't want payment, that's fine. But I would like to pay you. If they tell me no, then I'm not going to keep fighting the person because I have to now try and respect them the same way that I would want them to respect me for what I'm asking. Mm-hmm. But the same case that case that you just had now where they said, well, blah, 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 and they said, then yeah, I'll pay them whatever I feel is the money I want to pay them.
My soul, for whatever reason, didn't. I can't go too deep into it, so maybe I'll tell you offline. But I wasn't happy paying one price to one person and paying less to my boy. I said I can't do it.
Yeah, can't do that.
I can't do it. So it's gonna be matched. So I matched it.
Yeah, that's fine. And I think that's a good thing.
Hold on. So,
ask the question offline.
All right, say no more.
So I feel the same thing with that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you paying the person more money. And to be honest, if you actually again. If I didn't think they did a good job, then that might not be the case. But if they did a good job, and yesterday he did a very good job, or the person you're talking about did a very good job, then pay them. In fact, to the point that your sister was even complimented his DJ and said that he's a good DJ, she would use him.
I said, you know when, because we were there when they started DJing, innit? We were around, and you know the line that they always used to say. Do you remember?
Yeah. I'm not a DJ.
I'm not a DJ. I'm a.
Yeah, he's not a DJ. Him in particular, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not a DJ. I'm a music or whatever it is. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know if that's like still somewhere in the back of his brain. I'm like, bruv, this is all 15, 20 years ago. It's not the case anymore.
Nah, he's getting DJ now.
So, but judging from things that I now know because of situations that has happened thingy, something's telling me that statement is still somewhere in the back of my, and it's like, no, I need to drop it in the head.
You're a good DJ now.
Yeah,
you're a good DJ. So acknowledge that you're a good DJ because he's playing different types of music, everything. I was surprised at the selections he had yesterday. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, some I think he's a creative, isn't it? He's a creative Renaissance man. People can be doing a Renaissance man that can do multiple different things. But for him, it's in the creative field. He does photography. He does with his.
It might not be his
DJing.
passion.
It's in what music?
No, DJ.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know what his passion is, but you can, and he does acting. So he does a lot of creative things, and I think he's but because he's humble. Like, I'm not humble. I always say I'm not humble. When I'm good at something, I will tell you I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it, and when I'm bad at something, I'll tell you I'm bad at it. Because anyway, this person's humble. So I think sometimes humble people, if they're truly humble, not fake humble,
yeah,
they don't know you're good at something when you're actually good at it.
Yeah.
And so as bedrooms as spars, sometimes it's our job to tell them, no, bruv, you're good. You're good. So, Simple, you were going to say something before.
No. I'm pretty much in agreement. I don't think there was much of a disagreement there. But the thing that I was going to say that Mr. Wolf said is that with these kind of things, with you in particular, just flip them on their head. And if it's you in the situation, just think about how you would feel.
But one of my ethos of life is me and you is not alike. So I can't, flipping things on the head don't mean anything because me and you is not the same.
So people shouldn't respect you then?
It's nothing to do. What's the respect got to do?
Because they're telling you something and you're not agreeing with it. You just do what you want because me and you are not the same. So if they're the same where you're telling them something and they don't want to respect what you're saying to them, they want to do what they want, then surely they should just do what they want as well, isn't it?
No, because
why is it no?
Then you're saying we're not equal and then giving a scenario where we're equal. We're not.
You decided they're not equal. Yeah. And the other person has also decided they're not equal anymore. So
but I'm right.
But let's say you met yourself.
Yeah. I can't. Whatever you're gonna come up with, I don't think I can answer it.
But I'm saying, you've met yourself, so you're right, and the other person is exactly like you, and they're right.
It's not. Let me take the word "right" out of the situation. Then I say it's not a right thing.
Okay.
It's just a me thing.
Okay, so then they've got the same me thing as well. So I'm saying you just literally just meet yourself.
Sometimes we can cancel each other out then. So like Wahala said, I haven't even opened my Monzo because there's every chance that I'm going to open it and I'm going to see the money back in the account.
There you get a notification?
I do, but I've been busy today, so I haven't been even checking my phone like that.
But I feel like he'll be the type of person that will just be like, right, he really appreciated the thing. So he
told me if the money, he said, I know thingy, this is why I'm not giving you blah blah blah, and you know me. We're both of us are very stubborn, so that's why I sent a message this morning, trying to manipulate the situation by saying, bruv, it was all true, but it's blatantly a manipulative message. Please, just for once, let me sort out my boy because you deserve it. You're worth it.
L'Oreal.
You get me? One of my favorite lines from films is at the end of White Men Can't Jump, where the basketball player who is yearning for money, although he's won a little bit towards the end of the film, slight spoiler, drops $20 in the hat of a busker, and somebody said,
I don't help my people.
Yeah. Who will? And that's what was running through my head.
No, I mean,
not to say that they needed help. But
with me, I'm on principle as well with that. Like, my thing is what Hala said earlier is that I'm going to give this money to some corporation anyway because I need the service. If I can get the service from somebody who's not the corporation and who's my people, then I'm going to want to give it to them.
But my point is, I didn't used to think like that 20 years ago. My mentality before was, if I need it and the corporation are there and I have to use them, then I have to pay them. But if my boy is there, why would I pay you? You're my boy. My mentality is now changing a little bit. Where it's like,
maybe you're older.
That's what I said. I'm a middle-aged man now. This is how I used to think. But now I'm thinking, bro, you're there. And maybe I was scrounging for money before. Maybe it's like I couldn't afford to do it before. So, but I had to pay this person. But I don't have to pay you. And you don't have to pay me when the flip tables are turned, and I can do something for you.
Yeah, but I think
that's a contradiction kind of thing.
Different, yeah. Because at the time, maybe you could have actually did
something each way. In return, yeah.
Whereas I think it's not the same.
So for me, I don't know. Maybe Pan-Africanism from early just showed me about putting the money back into your own community, and there's no point in complaining about not being able to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C if you're not funding the thing. You're not funding the X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Do you get what I mean? So I've always, from a long time ago, I won't say always, but from a long time ago, I've looked at it as if I can pay my people for the same service. My only contention now comes in with the quality of the service. That's where my contention comes in now. Not with who's providing the service. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So what happens now is I will pay somebody who's of kin or who's my people to do something, and if they don't reach the minimum quality of the service that I would pay the corporation for, that's when I get vexed.
Are you more hurt or just...
I'm more hurt and I'm more upset.
So just to recap, you're saying that you've always been of the mind of pay the man his money.
Yeah, pay the man his money.
So you weren't walking into the clubs with us for free back in the day.
No, I was walking in the clubs with you for free back in the day.
But were they asking him for money though?
Just checking.
Yeah,
but his point is pay the person the money.
I'm like, if somebody asks me for money, I'll pay them. Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm not paying you. Yeah. Whereas with other people, they man will say, "Come to my." If somebody asks me to come somewhere, yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll get you man for free," then what am I saying? Oh, nah, brother, I'm gonna pay you.
Well, people are asking us to come places.
Yes, there was a point.
I didn't have that status then.
What do you mean? The person that was going with was telling us come with you. I sorted you all out.
I've sorted you all out, exactly, because. In a weird way, the control was at the time we were a gravity, so that we had a certain number. It wasn't just us
at the time.
Yeah, well, okay, but I'm saying he was saying, "Oh yeah, we'll sort out you 4 or 5," but then we would be responsible for another 25 people in the place. That's just good business.
Yeah, there's people I'm close enough that I'll say that I'll call and say, look, I don't want to pay, and because I ain't got no money, or I don't want to. If I want to actually go out, I don't want to pay to go out. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily want to go out enough to pay for it.
Oh yes.
So then, but if you're telling me you're going for free, you got a ticket for man, I'll go.
If you're giving it away.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing that out there on the pod. Just as a talking point for you to understand how I'm thinking and how maybe you as listeners, which situation you're in, if you've ever been in that kind of situation before. Yeah. I think it's we're in a privileged position to be like. I think there are some people listening who's like, I've never been. I can't relate to what you're talking about what just sharing freeness between each other, and then there are some people who can wholly relate and be like, yeah, I used to be there or I am still there now. I don't know what you man's talking about. I ain't giving no money away if man's is gonna be offering things for free. So, anyways, that was just that. Let's talk about war.
Yeah. Have you been keeping up to date with it?
Not properly, no.
I've been keeping up to date with what I need to be keeping up to date with.
Talk to man then, innit?
So, if we literally probably after the podcast we did last week, the Americans and the Israelis decided that they wanted to just poke the bear that is Iran. That was sitting there quietly having negotiations with them about the nuclear facility that they believe that they have, that they say they don't have.
Yeah.
Basically, we don't have nukes. Yes, you do. No, we don't. Yes, you do. Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. But we don't have it.
Didn't you bomb our thing and say that you've eradicated all our nuclear capacity?
You still have it. We don't have it. But anyway, that's how it seems to be a back and forth.
I don't have it.
And then eventually they decided that they was just going to just bomb Iran. Out of nowhere. Well, for the public that don't know, anyway, it's out of nowhere. They just bombed Iran. And now Iran has now retaliated or has been retaliating by bombing
UAE.
Yeah, UAE.
Man just told me off for not reminding him. We were sitting at home doing nothing. Why didn't you remind me?
UAE.
Yesterday, the joke about you should remind people.
Oh, okay.
UAE, Abu Dhabi, where else was there? Bahrain, Oman,
Qatar. Air bases, right?
Dubai catch some strays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dubai caught it, boy. That's the one that everyone was laughing at. British people. People are haters in this country, you know, but let's not have a thing for another discussion. Because people are properly haters. Proper.
I reached out to some people in Dubai.
People they have to come back to England now, innit? I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you upset that these people are in Dubai?
Because they're having fun out there.
And they're not paying any tax. But anyway, so so they again they retaliated, and it's just been going back and forth for the past week or so, where people are just bombing here, bombing there. Kuwait accidentally shut down 3 US planes, which I thought was entertaining. No one died, but they did that.
They shut down 3 planes. Then all of a sudden, Lebanon started to hold flake. All of a sudden, they just start bombing up Lebanon.
Yeah, because it has Hezbollah.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
You should be scared of anyone that's called Hezbollah. Just sounds gangster.
Saudi Arabia came out, or somebody from Saudi Arabia government came out and was vexed at America because they're like, you started this beef, you started this war, and then you only went to go and back Israel. And I was like, he came out and said it straight. Like, you're only backing Israel, you're not really backing us the way that we thought you were going to be backing us. So now we really see who your ally is compared to who your other allies are. Like, who's your number one ally? There's a lot of American people out there saying, this is all Israel, why are you evolving us in this stuff? So if people that don't know, Israel in the past have said many times that they think that Iran needs to be eradicated from the planet.
More specifically, even their current leader, Bibi Netanyahu, has said it consistently over decades,
yes.
Him personally.
Like, he wants to eradicate the whole people them. Not like, it's a bit like you're seeing with the Palestinians where the genocide is there, but no one wants to say it. He's been saying the same thing about Iran.
No, the people. There's a large segment of Iran that wants Israel gone, and which is just the case. And he's saying, I want to get them before they get us. So it's collateral damage is not an issue for Netanyahu. Clearly, with Gaza. Clearly. So I would, with some grace, I'll put it down to that. They want us gone, they being whatever percentage, 20, 30, 40, 50%. And I want to get rid of them before they get rid of us. Because we have the capacity to get rid of them, and we haven't done it. But when they have the capacity to get rid of us, I think they're going to do it. So I'm scared.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so again, the Americans have no reason to really be in Iran for this type of purpose, because we've already established that there is that they don't have weapons of mass destruction, because they've told them that, as Stav just said, they said they bombed everything. So in there, they've told you half that they haven't got it, but then that's suddenly they've got it. So anyway, it's a big old hoo-ha that's going on in the Middle East. It's now disrupting all of the gold, all of the oil, all of the different things.
It's disrupted everything.
All the prices are going up for this, that, and other. It's a money grab, as always, from the Western government. I'm sure Trump, that was just abusing Obama not how many years ago, and Biden saying they're going to start war with the Middle East for no reason, and blah, 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 has done exactly the thing that he said that they were going to do, and now it's going back and forth. Simple Sam's been calling it World War III. I don't classify it as World War III because I agree with Mr. Wolf. I just didn't put it in the group that unless Russia or China gets involved, there's no world war. And they ain't gonna beef with those two people because they know they got nuclear weapons.
Yeah, and that's the horrible thing about it for me. It's just like there is no respect. They don't respect people. They respect
their power.
Or they respect your ability to destruction.
The byproduct. Sorry.
Yeah, they respect the ability that you have to destroy things. If you can't destroy things, as far as they're concerned, then they don't respect you.
The byproducts ultimately of this attack on Iran from two nuclear states who are worried about this party becoming a nuclear state, when North Korea is there, when China is there, when Russia is there, and they don't touch these man them, is every state that
they know
the West feels is problematic, and they know that we are seen as problematic. Every single one is thinking we need nukes.
Yeah.
That is going to be the end of it, because if we don't have nukes, these mans are going to come in like the country where they took our leader, where the country where they killed our leader, where the country where they overthrew this and that. They're just going to come in because you can just do what you want. Yeah, do what you want.
That's why no African country known has got a nuclear weapon. They just pillage Africa. Dude, let me ask you this question.
Everyone's going to be scrambling to what can we do?
Yeah.
And if China or Russia is going to be like, oh, look, we can sell you some secrets, or give us this X amount of billions, or give us these minerals, and we'll start trading.
We'll build you a nuke.
It's so I think it's a net negative for the world. Obviously, war is always a net negative, but maybe not always. But in this case, I think net negative for like our children's children. You're going to have more people with nuclear weapons, and I don't think that's good for the world.
Again, that's what I was going to ask. Which one do you think is better? Everyone has a nuke or no one has a nuke?
No one. Because Trump is crazy enough to do something. He's been emboldened. Because he keeps actually winning. When it comes like in domestic things, you can this can happen, that can happen, mistakes can happen. The press is like, oh, you did this, you did that. Some people backing him up, some people doing it. But when it comes to international things, you might not like what he's doing. But how he's doing it, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. In terms of getting rid of the leader of whatever country it was again.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, yeah.
No losses of US soldiers. Did it in a day. Bang. In terms of this Iran strike on that building that they thought had the nukes with that they did with the Israelis. Again, out the blue, bang, took it out of control. No loss of anything. In terms of, Iran, the leader,
apparently,
we're going by what they're saying. In terms of what's happening with Iran now, getting rid of the people that we don't like, boom, 20 of them gone. The top 20 or 20 of the top man's gone.
Yeah, but
one strike.
Bare citizens.
But let's not forget about the 2 schools that they bombed.
Yeah.
With children that's in it.
Yeah, but on American, how they deal with it, that's collateral damage. That happens with war. Fair enough. What they wanted to do is get rid of these man-dem. And these are man-dem that have been around for decades. And they got rid of them in one day.
Yeah, but you also have to take into account that, I know you're saying it's collateral damage, but those 2 schools they were saying were actual targets. So it's not like they hit the schools on accident.
But
they aimed for them.
They don't care then. And that's more the Israeli than the Americans, isn't it? That wasn't the Americans that hit the schools, no?
No, I think it was because it's dual strikes. So
Even if that's the case, I am not talking about whether it's a good or bad thing ultimately. I'm talking about for as an American, somebody in the military or the head of the military, i.e. the president, they accomplished their ultimate goals swiftly, up to the point now where they're saying we are now going to implement a new leader. What did they call him?
The supreme leader.
Supreme leader. And Trump has said, unless, because again, I'm not paying too much attention. But my wife told me this: if I'm not happy with you Putin, we're taking them out as well.
Yeah,
he's saying that out of his mouth.
He said something.
Yeah, so
and he also said, Keir Starmer, he's no Winston Churchill.
He's right.
That's rude. He's just rude.
He's right.
Keir said he's not backing in it. He's not backing in it.
But then he sent a Typhoon jet. He sent 4 Typhoon jets or whatever
to Cyprus.
Yeah.
But that's not the he's just saying I'm
showing up
Cyprus. He's not talking about his own. And Kemi went to go and say went to go and say that what he's doing is wrong. But I know Kemi agrees with him. Kemi don't want to be. If she was the leader now, Kemi wouldn't be backing Trump. I don't believe anyone in the UK would have the sense to back Trump. I don't think people in the UK now have this. We don't have this joint loyalty to the US like maybe we did in the past.
Yeah, because they've shown you. Or they've shown you that loyalty thing is very thin when they can flick it when they want because you're not powerful enough.
The little boy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the British people, as much as they're upset with the immigrants and this, that, and the other, one of the big things that the problem is that they don't feel like England is strong or Britain is strong. And America's just constantly showing you how much of a little boy you are.
I didn't know until the Ukraine-Russia war that Britain ain't got nothing. I didn't know. I thought there was a superpower. Yeah, we used to run 2/3 of the world. That one, you ain't got no power.
He's a bad boy in prison. Ask Carlos. That's what England's on, right?
But we got nukes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, but we can't even implement them without American tech.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Britain is washed when it comes to war.
It's finished.
We're so heavily reliant on American technology, on American weaponry. We can't do most of the stuff ourselves.
Well, that used to be not used to be the case because a lot of weapons were made in Britain, no?
No, some weapons, like small weapons, but these big things you're talking about, whether it's ballistic weapons or nuke, yeah, the nukes is there, but how you gonna send the nukes? How you gonna send the nukes? You need our things to send the nukes, but because we were partners, it was cool. But now, when things are fractured,
this is why the man is going there to go and get 112 special fried rice. That's why he was in China the other day. He tried to make a
Germany said, you know what? Because after this, last year when they went to the Germany something or another, and who's the vice president again?
Of Germany?
No, America. Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Vance.
Yeah, JD Vance. When he went there and basically cussed all Europe and said, "You mans is weak. You rely on us," which all presidents do. Diplomatically, they've always done it, from Obama to Clinton to they all say it kind of, but he was out there. You people are weak. You rely on us too much. Yeah, and on top of that, we're now supporting the far right party. Straight from there, he went to the far right party in Germany, the ADF, something for Deutschland, whatever. And basically, Farage in this country, it's just all we're dealing with the right wing. You people are soft. And you're letting in all these immigrants. You don't really take on Western values. We're not about that life anymore. We're not going to defend you. Germany said, yeah, cool. right, we're gonna put. They switchly said, you know what? Because since World War II, we've been a bit pacifist. You know that thing we did with the Jews. Sorry about it. So we're not gonna. We're gonna hold our own. They said no. We're taking all this money because Germany has a bit more money in terms of reserves than a lot of other countries in Europe, and we're pumping money into our defense. Because what Americans have said is we put 4, 5, 6, 7, I can't remember the number, % into our defense. We have the biggest military apart from Russia, or alongside Russia and China. We all that's why they're military powers. We have all the thingy, we pay for it, and you Europeans don't, and they're absolutely right. 20, 30 years ago, these countries were putting in 4% or 5% or whatever it is, and now they're putting in 3%, 2%, up to the point where even is it Spain or Italy is asking, can you put more money into the thingy, into your defense? Because the idea is if you're part of NATO, you shouldn't put 3 or 4%. I can't remember what it is, and nobody does it except America. No one does it. So they're like, we have all the weapons, we're putting all the money. You people are not doing it. You're not holding your own, which is absolutely true. All Americans have been saying it. All presidents have been saying it, but they're now saying, and we're not going to back you anymore. Germany said, yeah, cool, no problem. We're going to start putting money in our defense. Some of these people that are close to Russia in terms of location, where Russia's trying to take over, they're doing it like, well, we kind of like have been doing more than the rest of them, because we know we've got this threat next door to us, and so whether we like it or we don't like it, these countries are now going to have to start putting more money in their defense because we can't rely on America anymore.
There's been a little bit of false flagging as well. There's a couple of places that got hit that had nothing to do with nothing, and like they're saying, oh yeah, Iran has bombed. Was it Cyprus and Turkey, and
it weren't them.
And it weren't them. And then Iran. This is what I love. They came out and said, no, that wasn't us. We claim all the ones that we're dealing with. That wasn't us.
They even apologized for certain ones.
Yeah,
I had to. They was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there was even what's it called? One of their military captains said that I've had to speak to our neighbouring nations and explain to them that although we're firing into their airspace or what have you, we are hitting US bases, and it's not you as our brothers that we don't like. It's the fact that there are US bases there, and that's the target.
And they're there because they want to be close enough to bomb us whenever they want.
Exactly.
Which we could never do to them.
So that's what he had to explain to some of the... brother, it's for me, there's a lot going on. The stock market...
Are you trying to play the video that you posted in the group the other day?
Which one's that?
From Shaka.
You would have tried to play anything.
No. Okay. Are you 100% sure about what your claim that that Great Britain cannot execute certain things or cannot do certain military actions without the aid of United States tech?
It's just tech. It's the weapon systems.
Yeah, I know, but with that said, is it the fact that if they wanted to shut it down, that they could shut it down? Is that what Stavros is saying? And if he is saying that, is that true?
Let's ask the bitch.
That's very disrespectful.
Also,
to AI.
Can the UK launch nuclear weapons without America?
Yes, the UK does have an independent nuclear deterrent. The UK's nuclear weapons, based on its submarine fleet, the Vanguard-class submarines, are under British control. The Prime Minister has the sole authority to order their use, so while the US and the UK are close allies, the UK doesn't require US permission to launch its own nuclear weapons. It does, of course, coordinate closely on broader security matters.
I don't mean permission, I mean in terms of the technology.
Ah, got it. Yes, in terms of technology, the UK does have its own separate stockpile and systems. The UK's nuclear warheads are built and maintained by the Atomic Weapons Establishment in the UK, so they don't rely on American technology for their design or function.
Mr. Wolf.
Yeah,
ask the question.
Just as it was saying, I mean, I thought that might have been a far-fetched comment.
I'm going to check the thingy, but from my
as we know, ChatGPT isn't always correct.
Can hallucinate, but it was quite adamant. But I'll check
because this, as much as this nation isn't as maybe as powerful as it once was, there's no way that they're going to be reliant on the technology of another nation before they can execute.
I thought they were selling weapons here. I thought that's one of their best things that they sell here.
I mean, just to ask a separate question. Am I correct in saying that only one nation on Earth has used nuclear weapons
against another nation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that so happens to be
America.
United States of America.
And they did it twice.
The missiles,
two different types of bombs.
The missiles themselves are leased from the UK and rely on American technical support.
They're leased from the UK.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sorry, leased from the US.
Okay.
And rely on technical support
from America. So I did say tech. So because I wasn't specific with the bitch, but
I still think that. Anyway, I mean, to my understanding, I would still find it hard to think that they wouldn't be able to execute without the assistance of the United States.
You have to remember that
it just makes them wholly dependent, an independent nation being dependent.
Yeah, but that's what their biggest problem is.
The reason I'm pretty sure, because I know France is independent. Because I remember I've heard this where they're like, France is independent of everyone else. They can do their own thing. Doesn't matter about nobody else. And they specifically said UK cannot. We rely on something to do with America. Maybe I've made it too big. Maybe it's a small thing. Something. But France has got their own thing, and America is working in conjunction with. Britain is working in conjunction with America. But I'll research it more and send it later on. Cool. But continue. Let's just go by I'm wrong and Mr. Wolf is correct, and let's continue. No.
It's just a question that I wanted to ask. I didn't want to delve too much into it, but I mean, the idea of there being a lot going on is something that has been coming, and something that I've said for quite a while.
End of times, or just
not necessarily. I mean, in the biblical sense, it says that there will be 7 years of war, and then there will be like a unholy individual or savior that's going to come and bring peace.
Unholy?
Yeah, someone who's not divine. So like a man, just a regular man who will bring peace across all nations.
About a good person?
Quote unquote, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that's putting himself in that person. Look at, you can see him in his brain, think it's him. If I can eradicate weave.
I got a big ego. Yeah, if I can get rid of weave, I can.
Aye, Mao said women can't in general. Yeah.
Now, my thing is this also though. Is this just a major distraction away from Epstein behavior?
Yes, some of it I believe.
I think that the Epstein is a distraction from other things that are going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's I don't think that the Epstein files is seen as something that is wholly significant. People may be holding some people to ransom.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You know, there's this idea that that Trump has been told to actually assist with Israel.
Yeah, because Israel's got stuff on it.
Because he's got stuff on the Epstein files and things like that. So perhaps, who knows, you know. But
the US has always been in conjunction with Israel. So
yeah, like they've always been in bed with them, and also with Saudi Arabia. So those three have always been pally.
Of course, but now it actually looks like the tail is wagging the dog at the moment. Like,
but perhaps the
Netanyahu's looking very much like an American president.
Yeah, but maybe the tail was always the dog. Some people have a perception that the dog was the United States and that the tail was Israel.
Yeah,
but maybe it's always
been the other way around.
That's just a question.
But I've always said
I don't know.
I've always said that it is America isn't run by Americans; it's run by Israel. I've always said that.
Always.
From a long time I've been saying that.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps it's not run by either.
Okay, all right.
The world is on fire. Everywhere.
On fire.
It was on fire, man. So when people suggest that this could be the end time, then perhaps, you know, it might be the beginning of the end. Who knows?
I smell pussy. Is that you, Iran? I smell pussy. Is that you, Iran? I smell pussy.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
that's how Trump is moving.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
50% literally bully.
Yeah, but the thing is that people consume what they see on the news, and they get spoon-fed propaganda to the point that a leader of a nation can tell you to take Dettol.
Yeah.
And they will believe that will stop the COVID thing that they have.
I think
so. If you're now going to coerce the public to make them think that Iran is X, Y, and Z, you know, that they have this and they have that, then most of the people are going to believe that.
What's interesting though, there's a lot of people that are like, well, that's not a lot. Sorry, I've seen American journalists that are like, I can't understand for the life of me why the American public can't see that this is just Iraq all over again.
You've seen that, yeah.
Do you know
a few journalists? Yeah.
Do you know what I've always find? I've just now, the more and more I see, the more and more I understand it, the more and more I acknowledge that the most important thing a person can hold is a passport.
Yeah.
Because the more countries you see, the more places you go, the more understanding you get of the world, the more you get clarity of certain things.
Of course.
Like if somebody from maybe Iran now went to let's say Libya.
Yeah.
They may have a different understanding of what this liberation might be. Because there's people in Iran that are happy that they've obviously got rid of the supreme leader and think that that America's going to do what America always says they're going to do. They're going to come and we're going to liberate the country. We're going to do this. We're going to allow a new regime to come in and it's going to be better for you.
Afghanistan.
And it's never ever better.
Libya.
The same way how the Brits were happy that they got Brexit.
Yeah, no, yes, but no. But
yes, but no.
Then if they were to now see Libya, this liberation that comes from the Americans coming in and destroying these dictators and leaders or whatever, they might have a different understanding of maybe this liberation that is coming or we think it's coming.
Absolutely decimated that country because of getting rid of Gaddafi.
And everywhere. Everywhere they go, they've said that they're liberating, they have destroyed.
Afghanistan as well. It's just, you go there, you mess things up and then
you leave.
And
no support.
It is a secondary colonialism. You know, you go in there, you mash up the place, you take what you want, and then you go about your business. And then you spread the propaganda that we're liberating the people, that these people are dangerous, so what we're going to do is X, Y, and Z. They have oil.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the Lebanon thing. Yeah, I didn't understand the Lebanon thing. But apparently, Israel tried to fight Lebanon before, ground war, and lost. So that's why they're behaving the way they're behaving now. It's like revenge and get back.
Listen, and Trump is the king and get back. But again, the internet,
Venezuela have oil.
The internet is our passport, obviously, to the rest of the world. But now we can't trust anything on the internet either. So AI technology, we need to wonder whether or not AI technology is the whole reason why they're bringing a lot of AI now and making all of this stuff up, is to cause all of this disruption and to cause all of this confusion. So I think it's been pushed for confusion and confusion alone.
Talking about AI and war.
Yes, sir.
There's a company that wanted a contract or had a contract with America, and they an AI company, and the American government said, okay, we want to use AI to assist us with using these weapons. I.e., the AI will run, control, and decide where it will make strikes. And the AI company said, no, the AI itself is not ready for that. So not only did they get rid of that company, they said, anybody that works, any corporation that works with these people, we're going to be on your case. And then another AI company came in and said, we'll do it.
Yeah, I heard. That's America.
So
this is America.
Being honorable is going to get you X'd out, and then not only excommunicated, but then people is like, if you hook up with this brethren, I'm on your ass as well now.
So then they'll go to Russia and China.
That's all that will happen.
They'll capitulate. They'll be like, well, I don't want that beef, so I'll just do what you ask.
Yeah, they'll go to Russia and China.
Forget Russia and China. They're not going to Russia and China. They're going to say, we'll do what we'll do.
That's what all the TV networks did, isn't it, when Trump came in?
Exactly.
All bowed down to the king.
That is what they're going. And this is the problem. They say when dictatorship, because you have this scale where it's moving, but when it's scary, and when you need to start worrying about it, which you don't necessarily have to worry about in America, you don't have to worry about it in Europe, you don't have to worry about it. But when people, because it's one thing for me to come to you and say, do this, and because out of fear you do it. It's another thing that once I've done that so many times with somebody else, you now do it before I've even asked you to do it. And that's what's happening with, so those TV companies, some of them weren't asked to do certain things. And it's just like, I don't want the drama. It's like a relationship where your woman has beaten you down, and it's got to the point where it's like, hey, Trevor, aren't you coming out? He'd be like, no. Trevor wants to go out. Trevor has the time to go out. Trevor has the money to go out. But Trevor does not want the headache. So he's like,
that beef.
So he's like, I ain't going. And that's the situation that is getting to now in America, where people are like, I am making the decision to not do either the righteous thing or the thing I want, because I know the repercussions is something that I just don't want. I don't want the headache.
Can't back it.
And that is when
authoritarianism
is now taking over. It's scary.
Is that you, Ja?
So like Busta Rhymes says, it's only 5 years left.
How many years is left? I did say, what did I say? Go listen to the start of whatever album it is. Scary.
But how long do you think it?
I'm not. I'm not like you.
There's no reason for the world to end. Why would anybody want the world to end?
No, I'm not saying the world. But so again, the understanding of the world ending is very much the epoch, isn't it? It's a changing of the era sort of thing. So when you say the world ends, I don't mean in a literal sense. I mean in the sense where the way you've understood things to go previously no longer is the case going forward.
Paradigm.
I don't think there ever is going to be that. I think the whole point of this is to stop that. So America's always been on top, and this is a way of continuing to America to always be on top.
America hasn't always been on top.
Yeah,
though.
America. Throughout society,
throughout my generational thing, but America has always been on top.
This is the shortest period in time, isn't it?
If you look at the big history of the world, civilized world, so right now it's America. Before that, it was Great Britain. Then before that, it would have been maybe what's the one that has like 1,000 kids?
The Mongolians.
At some point, it was them. Then at some point, it was the Moors. At some point, at some point, it was the Romans.
I'm talking about modern world. So the modern world, America has been, and I think the reason why they're doing this is to make sure that continues.
Yeah, but this is the shortest reign. It's the out of all of the ones that we've talked about, it's the shortest reign.
Yeah, but it still goes with what I'm saying. The whole reason why they're doing this is to continue it.
All of these people in power did it. That's why they always go out and conquer world. You're here happy with all your concubines, with your money, with your wealth, with your land, and you're still going out there and trying to get more. They're always like, no, because once you have power, what are you scared of? Somebody taking it.
And then they all rest on their laurels. And that's why they're being controlled.
No, it's just you can't. History says you can't do this thing forever. At some point, somebody's going to rise up.
There's always a bigger dog.
They're all going to try and do it forever.
They all try.
They all try. That's the point. You're saying that like you're acting like the trying is a new thing. It's not a new thing. It always happens. But
it never lasts forever.
Society can't. One person can't stay in charge forever. It don't work like that.
Okay. Well, let's in saying this, I think this links quite heavily to what Lewis Hamilton was saying this week, and I think that he, out of nowhere, people are just dismissing it because obviously they don't really want to chat about it.
Right,
but Lewis Hamilton, for me, what he said about Africa is a big wake-up call to the world, especially Africans as a whole, about what...
I got it.
You got it?
Is it bad of me?
I got it.
Is it bad of me that I'm looking for an ulterior motive in the fact that he's not the type of person that...
He is the type of person.
But when I say... you haven't let me finish what I'm going to say. He hasn't been the type of person that I would say has been talking like this.
But yes, that's what Bright. What I'm saying. Yes, he does talk. So he says stuff that most people would not expect Lewis Hamilton to be saying at the level that he's saying it.
So that was the first time I'm hearing him say something like this. That's why I was.
When you say something like this, you mean specifically about geopolitics or about that we might identify with?
No, about geopolitics, about things that we might identify with. Like I wouldn't have without seeing that video. Even what's the first thing I said when I saw the video? I said,
"Is it AI?" That's the same thing. The first thing I thought,
because I don't associate him with that. You get what I'm saying?
So when he told his nephew, "You shouldn't be wearing a dress," that's not the type of thing that these type of people that would have these views on Pan-Africanism.
I didn't think he had any Pan-Africanist views. That's the thing. It was new to me.
I would say that the hand in hand or the overlap of somebody saying that Africans need to take Africans for themselves as a black person, if we're going to call him black, because I know some people as a black person, and people saying I don't think young boys should be wearing dresses, the overlap on that is phenomenally high.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't see it, so that's why I said I was shocked when I saw it.
And he speaks quite heavily about racism as well, a lot.
Yeah, I can see him doing the racism thing, but this Pan-Africanist thing,
he doesn't have to remember.
None of this stuff he has to do. He could easily go about his business and win.
You've got people like who's the golf one, Tiger Woods, and OJ. Yeah, people don't talk about racism. There'll be all types of heat and keeping their mouths closed. He didn't. He was the face, and he's like taking into account there were no other black people or mixed race people there. He could just keep his mouth closed and keep winning and collecting his money.
He's very vocal about it.
He's a millionaire, and he was saying, "No, there's problems here. He don't have to do that."
Okay, I was surprised, but anyway, run the track.
I think it is the most beautiful part of the world.
Oh God!
And I don't like that the rest of the world owns so much of it and takes so much from it, and no one speaks about it. I'm really looking forward to hoping that the people that are running those different countries all unite and come together and take Africa back. That's what I want to see. Take it back from the French, take it back from the Spanish, take it back from the Portuguese and the British. It's so important for the future of that country and for that continent. I mean, they have all the resources to be the greatest and most powerful place in the world, and that's probably why they are being controlled the way they are. But anyways, move on.
Yeah,
Can I just the quote that whoever this person is, Peter Lloyd, is on their page. I'll find out if they're a media person or not. The quote he did, taken from what he did: "Africa is the greatest place on earth, and we need to take it back from the British." In quotation marks. He didn't say that.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wow.
But yeah, that's
and he put it with the video.
No,
so
but that is the narrative that has been going around, and people saying so. You hear people saying so. Right, so the Africans should be allowed to have Africa back, but we're not allowed to say we can have Britain back, or we're not allowed to say that we can have Europe back.
That's it.
Yeah, he's a journalist.
Yeah, but those are
New York Times and Sunday Times.
Those are not comparable statements. But yeah, we know that. But yeah, because if you're saying that's Britain back, who took Britain? Who's colonized it?
My missus was listening to LBC, and Nick Ferrari was discussing this thing. So I didn't listen to it, but she's going on. She got very upset with him because people were calling in, and you had people saying the pros and cons of the situation. But when people were calling in saying that, oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton has a point, she's saying Nick Ferrari is like, what are you talking about? And there was a Times columnist actually there, and the both of them were like, what are you talking about? He's chatting complete rubbish. Africa's been independent of control for 60 years, yada, yada, yada. And then I'm saying, and she's like, how can he say that? And I'm like, there are some people, most people actually, that you bring this to them and you tell them Africa, most African countries gained independence in the 50s and the 60s or whatever, and yada, 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 yada. And they'll be like, yeah, Africa is independent. And I think most people are ignorant. Most. Not some, not half, most. Okay, right? But Nick Ferrari, I refuse to believe is. So when you're and at Times a journalist. So when you're spouting that, so what's behind it? What's behind it? Because you must know that there are people, whether it's puppets or people or businesses or whatever it may be, that have a hand in how things happen in Africa. You are not naive to these things.
Yeah, but they can't talk about it, because it's not commonly known and it's not proven.
No, Mr. Wolf. It's not that they can't talk about it. It's they don't want to talk about it because it benefits them.
That as well. I think it's both, because as journalists, sometimes you're restricted by what you can talk about. And if
remember, I'm saying
and if they're executive producers listening in, let's go to a break. So there's going to be
it happened to what's his name on LBC? Was it Nawaz? What's his name? Oh God, I'm forgetting his name now.
What did they say? Maybe they don't know.
They were talking about the same Israel-Palestine thing, and they were talking on LBC, but their show was basically like, as much as it's bad, you have to put these facts into place. And all the facts that they were talking about was Britain's interruption in that area or in the country, America's hand in the interruption in the country. They didn't say anything that was siding with anybody. It was just like, these are the terms of events. This is what happened. So maybe we can see why some people might feel this way. I think he did 2 shows like that. And I heard the 2 shows. And then the 3rd show that he was supposed to be on, he was on holiday or something. And then all of a sudden, he's no longer working for LBC.
Is this the one? How many years ago is this? Is this a while ago?
Yeah, it's a couple of years ago now.
Is this the one that started up his own network then, and now he's popular left wing? He's the Asian dude.
The Asian dude, yeah.
This is he's very, very big now.
Yeah, but that's Bitcoin. He got ousted from LBC.
Yeah, it's an example of people.
He galvanized a lot of people.
Yeah, it's an example of people not being allowed to talk when they're talking what some would see to be as facts. Do you get what I mean? I mean, the idea that these people are naive, yeah, I would say that. But these people, they don't want to even acknowledge the fact that there's a an unseen hand that is manipulating West Africa, and that unseen hand is the French. The idea that someone like Thomas Sankara was doing amazing things for Burkina Faso out of the IMF, out of the World Bank, making the country independent, and then he gets assassinated. Because he got assassinated by someone that looks like him, to them, that's an internal thing.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that was the French. But it's similar that the French had a hand in Patrice Lumumba.
Yeah.
Being assassinated. And they know that now. It's like the files come out 30, 40 years later, and then they admit that yes. I mean,
But also the other side of it is that if these radio presenters and journalists are seen to be open to the idea, or at least seen to be putting the facts down about certain historical things, then it opens the argument to whether or not the immigration problem that we have now is as much of a problem as they're saying. Like you start lending yourself to understanding why the immigration route is the way it is. You'll understand why these people are coming to this country or to France or to Europe as part of the immigration, because you start to learn, okay, this African nation speaks French as their language. How does that work? Do you get what I'm saying to you? This African nation speaks Portuguese as their language. How does that work? So when they're coming into Europe now, it's like, if they're already speaking the language and it's because it's been inflicted on them or it's been imposed on them previously, how can we then have the same vim for them coming to the country? Did you see where I'm coming from?
Because most people are very, very short-sighted individuals.
Yeah.
Very short-sighted, and they've got very short memories, and they don't really have the education or the know-how, the mental capacity to actually have an understanding of something as simple as that. It's like you've come into our country, you've destroyed the country, albeit 100 years ago, but it takes a long time. I mean, look at Iraq. How long ago was that?
Yeah.
And they're still struggling now. So they've come into a country, whether that was, I don't know, Ivory Coast or Nigeria or whatever. You've destroyed the place. You've now claimed that they're independent. You've put in a leader that you want,
who's then
and
working on your behalf.
Exactly. And you're still taken out of the country.
Yeah.
So, the few times or the number of times that a country has decided that they want to try to make their country more independent and more and flourish more as a people, you've taken them out. So some of these people have decided, okay, it's not working here. Where can I go that I can, quote unquote, do better, provide for my people back home? So they come to the nation that has destroyed the nation. So this whole
via domination.
I was like, this whole immigration thing is like, I tell you, and I said it before, marketing and the way how people portray certain things is the biggest weapon that these people have got. It's not even the nuclear weapons. It's the way that they can mess with your mind and the way that they can make people believe.
Marketing and propaganda.
Yeah. And the biggest guy that started all that is Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is the guy who started all of this deception
I don't know who that
and
is.
propaganda. And I think, who's Edward Bernays related to? Let me find out. Give me 1 second.
So, I mean...
Continue.
The person that Simple Simon was discussing...
Majid Nawaz, isn't it?
Majid Nawaz, yeah. He's massive now, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. His network, he's got his own network now. It's massive. An interview that I watched with him where he did it with one of the women actors from Andor. Because...
That story again.
I don't even understand how you guys don't like it as much as me. Because
Sigmund Freud. Have you heard that name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Psychiatrist.
Is it Sigmund Freud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Edward Bernays' uncle.
Oh, okay. So it runs in the family, manipulation. So you guys are more passionate about this kind of stuff than me. And Nando is talking about all that stuff, so I don't get how you guys are not even.
I just haven't started watching it.
Oh, okay. But I think I've picked it up so much now that you. But I just every so often there's another YouTuber because I live on YouTube now. So
yeah.
Maybe I used to live on Twitter. I've come off Twitter now, and I think I've replaced it with something else. So
okay.
YouTube. Every couple of weeks, somebody else that YouTube has watched Andor and come. I need to talk about Andor.
Yeah.
And same, I've been revolutionized. My mind has changed. I can't. It started off slow. I didn't get the big deal until episode such and such, and then now my brain has changed.
Yeah.
All of them saying it. It's like my brain. It's not just. It's a good program. I think differently after watching Andor. It's open. It's awoken something inside me. So it's akin to like going to like a Black Panther meeting just because somebody dragged you there and then leaving like, oh my God.
So here's the thing. That's
what Andor does for me.
But that's the reason why it might not be the same impact for me is because I've lived in that space already.
You're on the other side of that fence.
Yeah, so that all Andor did was maybe not even vindication, but it's like, oh, okay, so everyone's catching up now.
Okay, that is a wonderful, wonderful explanation for me as to why it might not hit somebody like it hits me. Thank you. This is the point. What I was talking before when I said about manipulation, and I said I blame. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't. I said lying and deception.
Yeah,
and I said if the person that's been deceived, sometimes it's your own fault.
Yeah,
because you haven't delved enough.
Yeah,
and I get in trouble. Why are you asking so many questions? Why are you asking so many questions?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be deceived.
Right, fair enough.
So I'm asking questions in different ways. I'm coming like from the top of the bottom. He's like, oh, you're asking the same thing. I'm like, I know that if I wanted to say this and not say that, I could say it this way. So I'm going to ask you a separate question, which means that now you have to you can't not say it.
Yeah.
So because I guess because I do it, I see it.
Yeah,
and I try and counteract that. And I forgot my point again. My memory's getting it's not even laughing, it's actually bad. How can I be midway through a sentence constantly now and forget what I was talking about?
Lines, mate.
Go back, mushrooms.
Lion's mane, it'll clear your head. And
I need to do lions.
No, lion's mane, lion bane mushrooms. It does. It's good for your memory.
Oh, okay.
So the point you were making initially was about Majid Nawaz having the guest on that was from Andor. And you were going to say something. You were saying his network is big. He had the guest on from Andor. And
because he's all about it. It's like he was holding to our conversation earlier on. He was holding things back on LBC.
Yeah.
If LBC is a talk radio channel in this country, I guess it's worldwide, isn't it? Radio's worldwide radio.
Yeah.
But you have people who identify as left and identify as right. You don't have people come in, and it's not like the BBC where people try and be completely independent. They let you know, this is what I feel.
Yeah.
They call people. I mean, people call in and they discuss it, and you either agree with the host or you disagree. So this Nick Ferrari that I mentioned earlier on, he's very clearly right wing. He has right wing guests on, but when he opens up the phone line, it's a winner take all kind of thing. Or first come first serve.
Yeah.
You call in, you agree. I don't think they even like the slant in terms of callers. I think they'll have somebody that agrees with you, somebody that disagrees with you. They like the up and down.
Yeah.
So you'll have somebody that agrees with him and be like, yes. And then you'll have somebody disagree with him, and then this is when you have the conversation like, bro, how can you be so wholly ignorant? Like, I don't think you're that ignorant, like, kind of things. And like, apparently there was a black dude, my missus said there was a black dude, he was calling in. And basically it was calling him out in terms of, this has happened. But the dude obviously had some medication, and he was like, no, this and this and this. And he kept arguing to the point where the black caller was like, you're just being disingenuous. I'm not continuing this conversation. That he just hung up on him. Like, kind of thing. It's like, I can't do it if we're not going to deal with reality.
Yeah.
If you're just going to just want to argue, you just want to win the argument, I'm going. And I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But I appreciate people that are there where it's like, no, you're just taking a mic. So later, you go talk with somebody else, like, kind of thing. So that happened. And this man, he was on LBC, clearly left leaning, but at the same time, as much as you're left leaning or right leaning, you're not an extremist.
Yeah.
They don't have extremists on, really.
Yeah.
And then once they kicked him off for having, I believe it was this is 2022.
Yeah.
I think it was something to do with Israel, but I can't actually remember.
No, it was to do with the Israel thing, and it was to do with the actions that were happening in the Middle East, because he talked about his own heritage and where he's from, and
he's a Muslim.
What certain things that had happened to him as well, and he was just basically saying, I'm also British. Do you get what I'm saying to you? He's saying
Go back to Ramadan.
I love that.
I'm also British, so I'm not talking from a point of view of a us and them kind of thing, but the facts are the facts, and that's unfortunate for him that LBC weren't. I thought it was weird because you want that kind of polarity. For the guests.
But you can't go too far.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing that they've been booing some of the football teams have been booing the stops for fasting?
Yes, I've seen that.
I've only seen it once.
I've seen it once.
Leeds.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
Which one was it?
It was a game between Man City and Leeds.
Leeds, yeah. Me and my missus got into a conversation about that. She was highly, highly offended by it, and I was by them people booing or whatever. And I'm saying to her, I get why there's an offence there, but also look at it from the point of view of the Leeds team didn't have any Muslim players in it, and all of the Muslim players were in the City team, so they don't have any experience or need for that break themselves.
That's bullshit, because when there's very hot summers, they take water breaks.
Yes, everyone takes water breaks.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, everyone takes water breaks.
But when the person is taking their fasting break to iftar, to then break their fast.
Yeah, but they don't understand.
You can then go and get water as a team as well. Yeah, but you can then do your tactitional things. You can do everything.
Yes, again,
so there's no advantage to the other team.
It's not about the advantage. Or like Mr. Wolf said, they don't understand it.
Okay, well.
So what I'm saying, if the Leeds team had Muslim players in their side, and they did iftar and they stopped for the water break, and the Leeds fans were still booing, then it's a different argument.
And by me saying that they don't understand it is not in any way, shape, or form condoning their behaviour. Like, I would suggest that if Leicester, for example, who has a strong Muslim community, didn't have any Muslim players in their team, and they were playing Man City, that Leicester perhaps wouldn't react. Their Leicester fans wouldn't react that way.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that in the time that we're in now, people would just boot everything Muslim.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that, but I would think that the lack of understanding and the lack of education sometimes makes people do foolish things, and also the mere fact that these people could be racist as well. Because like, I'm not going to try to talk up Leeds here. It's not a place that I would go and live on a personal level. Do you get what I'm saying? So, if there was a job offer, I would definitely think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times before I think about moving there. If it was in Leicester, I wouldn't, because I know that there's a lot of ethnic minorities there.
Interesting. You see the
correction. The dude I'm talking about is different than the dude you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I got the right name, but the person in the network I'm talking about is someone else.
Someone else.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, because I thought he was gone into obscurity, Magic Nawaz, but I'll take your word for it.
So sorry for the
confusion. No problem.
So that's twice today.
Misleading people. Yeah.
The deception. What's it called? Did you hear about the Paralympics, the Winter Olympics? It's just started. The Winter Olympics has just finished. The Paralympics has just started. And there was a bit of talk around the fact that the Olympic Committee has allowed Russia to participate, and they haven't done so since the Ukraine something. I didn't really...
Did they allow them to participate in the regular? The Olympics?
No.
In the Winter Olympics?
No.
But just the Paralympics?
No, it's... they were allowed in the Paralympics. They weren't in the other Olympics.
In the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, and
they're not called Russia, are they?
No, they're under their own flag. That's what the big thing was. So in the other Olympics, they were... the athletes were performing, but they weren't under the Russian Federation flag. Whereas in the Paralympics, they're under the Russian Federation flag.
Winter Olympics.
And their what's it called? The big uproar. So there was booing when their representatives came out. But the big uproar is, and I didn't realize this before, that within the Paralympics, most of the athletes, or I should say, a lot of the athletes for a lot of the countries, are actually veterans. So a lot of their injuries are actually from service. And so there was uproar because obviously the fans of the sport are looking at it like, well, these are military servicemen or ex-military servicemen. So it's almost more like war than it is like sport.
Where has it been held?
Italy. Corona or something.
No one should be punished because of what their leaders decided to do if you are not yourself doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think they should have been removed in the first place. And if you're going to remove them, then Israel shouldn't be doing what they're doing.
But there you go. You took the words right out of my mouth, because the big bad wolf is Russia, innit?
Yeah.
The big bad wolf is China. So what Russia has done with Ukraine, I've never seen anything like that before anywhere in the world recently. But that's a fallacy. Like the United States have done it.
Yeah.
You know, Israel have done a madness. So there's a lot that is going on, and there's a lot of hypocrisy. And people, once again, they feed into the narrative. So when Russia come out with their Olympians or whatever, they're going to boo them because they're seen as the big bad wolf. And that is the propaganda that's been spread.
This actually, we spoke about, I don't know if you was here, the last Winter Olympics that they just had now, when Israel came out, they booed Israel.
Yeah, and the commentator on the did you see the not slalom? What's a slot? Bobsled. Yeah, the commentator was talking about the actual athlete that was in the bobsled,
cussing him,
and all the things that he had done.
I heard that.
Oh my days! From the top,
called him a Zionist. Blah blah, cussed him out
from the top all the way down to the bottom. I said,
do you know what I think that there is at the moment? Whereas I'm saying that there is a large propaganda and marketing narrative, and the masses don't really have the capacity to understand some of the basic things that are going on in the world. I think because we live in such, because we're still in the information age, partly, tech age as well, there is a lot more people who have an understanding of what is actually going on in the ground, and there's a lot more bravery in terms of people being willing to stick their neck out on the line and say what needs to be said.
Sorry, just because we like to say this type of stuff, we also need to take into consideration that the majority of the world seems to be going over to the far right, and the far right themselves do not like Jews.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of an abrupt stop there. I'd like to apologise. We had some technical difficulties, and we decided just to leave it there. We were at the very end. We all did our show notes and our goodbyes and whatnot. But you're not going to ever hear that because it didn't record. Who knows why? I don't know. It's got nothing to do with what we were talking about just before it stopped there. Nothing at all. But this is the next day. I am editing. I'm recording this off my computer microphone. I'm sure it sounds trash, but I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't got the time or inclination to do anything different. So this is Stavros Boss signing out for Mr. Wolf, for Simple Simon, for Big Wahala, and for that actor. If you ain't saying nothing, say it well. Slag for life.